And this was us last night. Beautiful little camp spot in Quoin Head. There's a river inlet here, bit of a gorge over the back there, and a private little beach here that's all secluded, only accessible by four-wheel drive. It's a bit of a, most of the track was all right, but there's a little bit of a hill climb coming in that was a bit washed out, so definitely need a four-wheel drive to get in here. But when you come in, it is beautiful. Just gonna have a bit of a coffee here, and then I think I'll go for a swim down on this amazing beach. Very secluded and private. Went for a bit of a walk up the inlet. This place is pretty magical. Water down there is super still. There's some awesome like limestone rock around the edge of the water. There's absolutely no movement in there. And then you walk up over the sand and you're just met by this private, secluded, stunning beach. Yeah, it's definitely a hidden gem, this one. I really like it. And I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm driving along this road, main road, heading out west. Put my foot to the floor. The car doesn't like to pull up. I'm like, that's weird. I better not have done another brake line. Get under the car, and what do you know? I've done another brake line. As you can see, she's snapped off just up there. So I don't know how that's happened. I think maybe a stick or something must have got it, but Either way, looks like I'm going to be limping it into town. Alrighty then, so I have contacted a mechanic in town. He's had to order, or he's looking at ordering in a replacement brake line for this, because it's not just a soft hose that's gone this time, it's an actual fitted thing. It's specific for this model car, and most mechanics aren't going to have that in stock, unfortunately. So I'm going to try and limp it down there. What I've done, just to get me out of trouble, is this is the broken brake line here that you can see moving around. I've crimped the end of this that's on the car side, and then I've also up here where the hose is, I've put the vice grips on and cable tied it just to stop the brake fluid from coming out. So I still should have 3 wheels that brake. I'm obviously going to have to drive very carefully and slowly, but it should get me out of trouble and get me into town. So that's the plan. So I managed to limp it into town with near no brakes. I managed to track down a brake line at Albany, a second-hand one, so I'll be driving in there tomorrow. That's another 2-hour drive from here, but be able to do it. Just pulled into this campsite, which is absolutely beautiful. Chris and Laws found this one. This is where we are tonight. Now to have a fire, so we've got a fire pit over here. Kids have a beautiful jumping castle. We're gonna have a few beers. Have a chill night. When it rains, it pours. Up right Nelly to head into Albany to get the replacement brake line. My steering went a little bit stiff. My bloody sway bar link's come off, and it's punctured my CV boot. Awesome. So I'm probably going to swap the CV out. There's a mechanic up the road. I'm probably just going to go up there and see if he's got another bolt for the sway bar, and then I'll swap the CV out when I get to Albany. But awesome. So we made it 400 kilometers with bugger all brakes. We're slowly coming into Albany now. I've managed to track down a brake line at a 4-wheel drive wreckers in town. So I'm gonna go there. Hopefully I'll be able to either borrow, see if I can pay him to borrow a hoist to replace, and also swap out the CV. They didn't have a spare CV. Even Repco doesn't have a CV. They have to order one in, which would take 7 days. Luckily I carry a spare CV in the back of the car, so I'll swap it out and I'll just have to get another replacement just to carry in case of an emergency. But yeah, heading there, get the tools out, get dirty, get it all fixed, and we'll be right as rain hopefully in a couple of hours. So Oswest 4x4 have helped me out with a brake line. That is being replaced as we speak. Now I'm tackling the CV. All right, so we're getting it done. CV is out. As you can see, busted boot. Literally the CV's fine, but the boot's gone. You can replace just the boot, but it's too much of a fuck around, so I'm just gonna put the replacement CV that I got in the car. Just a lot easier, a lot quicker. We'll be back on the road shortly. So also the brake line that the wreckers had here was for a 2-wheel drive, not a 4-wheel, so it is different. So I've had to get another mob in town who have whipped another replacement brake line up for me, because it's the hard line, and they've spat that out within 30 minutes. So absolute superstars. So we'll smash this new CV in. Once the brake line gets here, then yeah, we'll put that in too, and then bleed the brakes and we'll be on the way again. After a stressful day getting the Navara all fixed up, swapped out the CV, replaced the brake line, bled the brakes. We came west of Albany, found this little beach campsite here. So, beautiful beaches over here. As you can see through there. little bit of a breeze, but we're tucked in behind the tea tree, and then this is us over here for the night. You can cook up some dinner, have a few beers, listen to some tunes, and chew the fat. This is camp for tonight. We are just in off the road which takes you into Boat Harbour Beach. Super windy, the beach was nice and cool, but the wind was coming directly onto it, and there are also other people camping there. So we just came in up the road and have just pulled off in this little nook up to the side. A little bit protected from the wind, still a bit of wind going around, but yeah, tonight I just put curry in the oven chef. gonna heat that up and probably call it a night. I think I'm caught a flu, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, feeling pretty under the weather the last 2 days. So nice quiet one, and then we're gonna start making our way further around the coast. So, came back to the beach for some breakfast and a quick swim, wash off, and got some friendly little seals out here playing in the water. So, I'm gonna see if I can get it in a bit closer to them with the GoPro. Yeah, super cool. Just floundering around in the water. What a beautiful beach. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but out there in the middle, there's two seals that are just rolling over backwards and forth. Very cool. Alright, feeling very under the weather, but gonna do a bit of a big Gabs outdoor cooking tonight. Beautiful backdrop over here, and gonna keep it nice and simple. Gonna make a chicken pesto with some veg pasta, sun-dried tomatoes. First things first, got the water on, that's gonna boil, cook some pasta. I'm gonna dice up the chicken, cut up some veggies, and then we'll start adding it into the fry pan, I think. Chicken is on, pasta's going in. Yeah, whatever.
reopened from another time I've cooked. There they go, round off this chicken. Turning a little bit of garlic in with the chicken. Gonna add some salt and pepper, and then once that chicken's sort of cooked a little bit, I'll add the green pesto sauce. I'm gonna chop up some semi-dried tomatoes, add some spinach and all the greens. So that's a combination of everything at the moment. Now to make it a little bit more creamy, I don't have thickened cream, but I do have some sour cream, so I'm going to put some of the sour cream in there and make the sauce a little bit more creamy. So as you can see, that's cooking away. Now I just got to add a bit of my secret ingredient, allspice seasoning. This stuff is awesome on pretty much everything. So season it lightly with this. Final step. Drain the pasta and mix the pasta with the sauce, and Bob's your uncle. And how good is that? Dinner with a view. That literally took about 5 minutes to make, and it is delicious. So if you're after a quick, easy meal, give that one a go. You can finish it off with parmesan, but unfortunately I finished off on my parmesan the other day, so this is gonna have to do. Still, bloody looking forward to it.